We're going to go ahead and kick off our next availability with Jeff Gordon, driver of the number 24 American Red Cross Chevrolet. Jeff, you have a track record at Kansas with 3 wins. You earned your way into the chase last year here. How does this track lend itself to your success?
Yeah, this has been a great track for us ever since we first started coming here. Of course, winning the first, I guess, 2 races here, but certainly that first one. And I've just always enjoyed this racetrack. It suited my driving style. The transitions, are really, I don't know, kind of forgiving and just well laid out. With the repave, of course, I always get concerned with, how competitive we're going to be on a track that we've been so competitive at over the years when things change. But I think last year we proved that, we can still be very competitive here and had a great race. I mean, Kevin was extremely strong, but we were right there with him and, under the green flag stop, we were able to get the lead and then complete it. So, this year we're certainly optimistic coming back here with as well as we ran here last year that we can hopefully repeat that performance and certainly excited about the weekend.
All right, we'll go ahead and open it up to questions. We'll start up front with Todd.
Todd Palmer, Kansas City Star. I wanted to, if you could take me back to 2001. This track's just opened. It's 7 months after Dale Earnhardt had died, and you're kind of in the height of your dominance. What do you think you winning the first couple races here did to help kind of get this track established, in the midst of all that kind of back stuff going on?
Yeah, I mean, 2001 was, was a very special year for me personally, but it was a tough year for us as a sport, which makes that year, somewhat bittersweet because, losing Dale, I mean, that was obviously a huge tragedy and somebody not just meant a lot to our sport, but meant a lot to me. He was always so good to me. And then, we're having a pretty special year as far as our performance was concerned and came here to Kansas, and we were just fast at a lot of tracks, and this was one of them that, again, like I said, suited me very well as a fast race car, and we were able to win that race. So, I can't remember a lot of the details that were surrounding that time, but I just remember, that, coming here, this place just was natural in how I drove the track, and still is every time, even after the repave, every time I come here, I drive in the corner, I'm like, just like this place, I just like the way it flows, like the way, the car feels, and I just feel like I know this track very well, no matter what they change. It's just a track that I enjoy pushing the limits of the car at and have a good feel underneath me, and that was the case in 2001 and still continues today.
Okay, we're going to Stan next, then the Chris, and up here to Tom.
Stan Creekmore with RPMTonight.com. Jeff, when it rains like this, does it make the first practice here at Kansas more challenging, or is it better that the track is completely clean? And then come Sunday, have you already worked with your children for a special gift for Mom?
Well, in these conditions, we just want to get on the track. That's the most important thing. We have a different package here with the aerodynamics and the engine, slightly different tire, as Joey mentioned. So the most important thing is just getting laps on the track. So I'm pretty excited and optimistic that this rain is let up and they're drying the track, and there's a very good chance we're going to get laps. Obviously, the track's going to change a lot from the first lap on the track to the 50th lap on the track, and so that's just all about rubber being laid down the track. So for us, it's any information we can get is going to be good information. So we'll take that, but understand that things are going to evolve. Yeah, as far as Sunday, I mean, right now I just want to make sure that I'm home on Sunday. We have plans with my mom and our family and Ingrid and the kids, and we want to spend that that special day together, and as well as we know, so are the fans, that want to be here Saturday night. They have plans on Sunday as well. So hopefully we get this race going.
Okay, we'll go next to Chris, and then up front here to Tom.
Chris Knight, CatchFence.com. Jeff, can you talk about the significance of having the American Red Cross on board this weekend at Kansas?
Oh, man, I'm really excited about this opportunity. 3M's had a long-standing relationship with 3M, I think about 8 years now. And what an amazing organization that has assisted so many that are in need, as well as, the blood donations that so many people have given to them that have saved so many lives. So, yeah, this is a real honor for me to represent them and encourage fans to get involved. And you can go to redcrossblood.org. We're trying. Our goal this weekend is to get 400 folks signed up to donate blood. And that seems like a low number, but when it comes to needles and giving blood, getting people committed to that, sometimes it can be a challenge. But it's on the reverse side of that. The life that they save is crucial, and it's not just adults. We're talking about young infants that need this blood at times as well. And I'm just, we're really enjoying our relationship with 3M already. The car looks amazing, but they're a great company. They've done some great marketing. They've got awesome products, but when you see them also doing something like this for a great cause, it makes me even more proud to be with them, and kind of wish we'd been with them for a number of years, but and it almost feels like we have been. But yeah, this is a big weekend for us with 3M and Red Cross.
Next to Tom, this fine gentleman over here.
Hi, Jeff. Tom Jensen, FoxSports.com. When we were here last fall, we saw some tire issues. Tires haven't been changed a lot since then. What are your thoughts on tires here at Kansas? Do you have any concerns? And just a quick follow-up, do you have any concerns, these mile-and-a-halfs, that the cornering speeds are so much higher?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I know Goodyear's made a slight adjustment to the tire to try to help with that. We did see some issues here last year. We personally, on Team 24 did not have issues, but you never know just how close you are to the edge. And then you take this year, even though there's less downforce on the cars, the amount of power that's been reduced is making the cars a lot faster through the center of the corner. We enter the corner slower, we exit the corners maybe a little slower, but going through the crucial part of the load in the tire and how we sustain that through the center of the corner is up, and that definitely is a reason for concern. But I think Goodyear's the one to ultimately talk to them, and they understand what we're up against, what they're up against this year, and what we're doing corner speed wise, and how comfortable they are with this tire that they've brought here this weekend. And so I'm talking to my team, we feel confident in it.
Jeff, I had a chance to visit one of your pit crew members, Dion, yesterday. Great guy, and he was talking about the diversity in NASCAR. Could you talk about how the exposure of NASCAR has become so much more inclusive than recent memory?
Well, I mean, Dion's a perfect example. Of course, we call him Rocco, but, I mean, this guy is just unbelievable specimen. I mean, when you think of athletes, you have to look at this guy. I've never seen anybody that's more athletic or fit than he is. And, to know that that's where things have gone in our sport as far as it relates to pit crew, and then you throw the diversity side of it in there. I think it's awesome to see what's happening in our sport, whether it's from the marketing side or whether it be from the team side, and I think the next step is going to be engineering. I'd love to see more diversity in the engineering side of things in our sport as well. But we've taken huge strides, and I couldn't be more proud to have a guy like Dion. Not only is he an amazing athlete and a great addition to our pit crew, but he's a really good person, and I think he's he not only helps our team, but I think he's setting a great example for others to be a part of NASCAR.
Time for a couple more questions. We'll go to Pat and then finish up here with Todd.
Tactical and NASCAR.com. Jeff, you seem to have a pretty high comfort level here, and you picked up your first win last year here. You haven't been on track yet, but how would you assess your chances this weekend?
Well, I mean, I do like this track, and I think our chances are always good when we come to Kansas, but I'm certainly the first one to admit that our mile-and-a-half program is not up to par with a couple other teams that are out there that seem to be beating us every weekend on these types of tracks, and even some other tracks. So, but nobody's working harder than Alan Gustafson and our group and all of us working together to find that extra speed and get ourselves in position to win races more consistently. I think that there's a lot of ways to win, so it's not always guaranteed that you have to have the fastest car, but we pride ourselves in having the fastest car, and we're not going to settle for anything other than that.
Jeff, Todd Palmer again. Where does Kansas Speedway, you mentioned how much you like this track. Is this one of your top 2 or 3, top 5 favorite tracks that you guys run at? I mean, where does this track sit in that kind of hierarchy for you?
I mean, I would say it's in the top 5. Yeah, I would say top 5. I mean, now Clint Boyer, on the other hand, he's somewhere in like my top 15 or 20 of drivers all time. I don't know. I mean, I certainly very comfortable and enjoy this track, but you're talking about going up against tracks like Indianapolis that's certainly goes towards the top of my list, or Bristol, Michigan's one that stands out. But I like a lot of tracks, so it's hard to really grade them in any way. But Kansas is certainly way up there.
Jeff, we really appreciate you coming
you.
in today, and good luck this weekend.